been almost a month since the beef between Drake and Kendrick ended, and I think it's time to put the bias aside and say that Kendrick won. Bro, come on, bro. Like, why am I getting tomatoes thrown at me? I think regardless if you find Family Matters a better diss or Meet the Grams was better, the biggest thing that Kendrick did is use Drake's best advantage against him. Drake is a superstar, the biggest rapper ever, with some of the most dedicated fan bases. And let's get something straight real quick. Public perception is crucial to have on your side in a rap beef. It doesn't invalidate your opinion, but the majority of fans agree on something that's widely accepted, you know, they're probably going to be seen as the victor. It's like if I said that Meek beat Drake. It would be justified to stalk, kidnap, and execute me for saying that. So with all that in mind, how did Kendrick turn the tide against Drake? The answer starts before the beef even started, because Drake wasn't liked by a lot of people. Despite Drake being as huge as he is, during his rap lifespan, he's made a lot of enemies with rappers. Many of them are respected. The list goes long, but on in the biggest ones. A$AP Rocky was making moves on Rihanna, and Drake wanted that forehead for himself, but he didn't. Rick Ross went on the album, and Drake took a personal on some lines. Pusha T didn't like Birdman, and Drake decided to step in. And we all know how that turned out. X thought Drake stole his flow from Look At Me, which, yeah, he fucking did.
I bitch you a your mess, ayy. Can't keep my dick in my pants, ayy. My bitch don't love me no more, ayy. She kicked me out of life, bro. Demon just got out of can.
That's Leela. I'm seeing double.
Stole it, bro. Kanye, Megan Thee Stallion, The Weeknd, Common. He made so many enemies during his time. It's kind of impressive how he still gets people to work with him.
Honestly, it's kind of crazy how many enemies Drake has made. And actually, it was reported by DJ Akademiks. It was one of the rare moments DJ Akademiks was being truthful. It's almost like in Drake's head, it's like a dominance thing where he's going after everybody's girlfriends and wives. Yeah, like he has a problem with going after people's girlfriends and wives, even their friends, like even his mentors, like Lil Wayne's. You get what I'm saying? Fell in love with this girl named Tammy, but he hit Tammy. He the one who hit Tammy, bro. DJ Drama situation started because Drama paid him for a feature and he slept with Drama's wife while he was like, he just be doing too much. I think he got his heart broke at a young age and like he just turned into a demon. And now he makes all these enemies, and anybody who has some of his ex-girls, he beefing with them too. It's a different type bull, bro.
Like, he is the biggest rapper ever, so. And because of other huge factors.
Oh, nigga, you gay!
Not only did rappers hate him, but his actions caused rap fans to hate him. Rappers like Big Sean and X accused Drake of stealing flows from their songs. He had a huge controversy about him not writing his music that is still going on to this day. His history with being questionable about minors, which we will get into later. And Drake acts like he's somebody that he isn't and goes around different artists for money. Drake has an extensive history of doing things that people don't like, but his music was really popular and good. So it brought
his music's good.
That was until Kendrick Lamar brought himself into frame. In 2012, Kendrick featured on a song called Control, in which he calls out many rappers in like a friendly competition way. But Drake took it very personal, and after that, both of them were sneak dissing on each other for a while. J. Cole and Drake made a song called First Person Shooter, and it's pretty good. But Kendrick took notice of what J. Cole said. J. Cole mentioned that people argue over who's the greatest between him, Drake, and Kendrick. Kendrick didn't like that, so then he went to Metro Boomin and collabed on Like That, in which he disses Drake and J. Cole, saying, "Nuh-uh, I'm the better rapper." Now, everyone originally didn't think Drake had a chance with Kendrick, especially after the loss he took with Pusha T, and instead, everyone waited for J. Cole to respond because he was more likely to go toe-to-toe with him. J. Cole was a good ally to have on your side, and later, J. Cole did respond with an EP, Might Delete Later. There was multiple songs on this EP dissing Kendrick, but the thing is that the disses were like, they weren't good at all. The disses were either just wrong or really corny. After a couple of days of this being out, J. Cole goes on stage to apologize to Kendrick. This would end up being the best decision of his career. But Cole's absence put Drake back in the picture. People were wondering if Drake even will respond at all, and he surprisingly did with push-ups.
I ain't gonna hold you when we talk about how he apologized to him. It's gonna be rough. Like when you talk about the history of it, like hip hop has history. You get what I'm saying? And these stories have to be told to the next generation. J. Cole's place in history is gonna be like, it's gonna look a little crazy. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna look a little wild. As far as Drake's place in history, I think he's gonna be like the Milli Vanilli. Not full Milli Vanilli, because he if we're being honest, he does right for people. He has written lines. We have artists coming out saying he wrote for me, but he has a lot of stuff that's written for him. So I think it's a big asterisk next to his name, where you actually put Kendrick now in that spot because he writes his own music. It is what it is.
always confused me because like this is like a warning shot track to a guy who made it very clear he wanted smoke. But it wasn't a bad diss, and the public perception changed. Everyone was saying, oh, Drake is cooked, don't even bother trying, to everyone saying that Drake had the upper hand, he's already about to win and shit like that. Now Drake had the higher public reception, but because he can't have anything good for a while, he drops tailor-made freestyle. This diss track is buns. Everything he said could have been described in like an Instagram story. Basically, he told Kendrick to hurry up because Kendrick wasn't showing any response. But the main problem is that he used AI of Snoop Dogg and Tupac in his song.
Pop history, if you deal with this viciously, you seem a little nervous about all the publicity.
That was really bad.
Not sure why he thought this
It
was
was
a good
weird.
idea, but obviously it backfired and it made a reputation in the beef lower by disrespecting a dead man. But it doesn't matter because later Kendrick responds with Euphoria. This song is important by using some Oda level foreshadowing that would be brought up later. While this was a good diss and in my opinion a better diss than Push-Ups, the public response was split. Either you liked Euphoria or you liked Push-Ups. But keep in mind these two Twitter accounts. Whether you like it or not, Twitter is a place where like a lot of people's voices can be heard, and the biggest soldiers behind backing up Drake is Drizzy's and Akademiks, especially Akademiks, because he's known as like the biggest Drizzy dick launcher. But what he has is a huge audience that can push Drake's narrative further. During this, Rick Ross also drops his own diss track on Drake and is talking shit on Instagram. Metro Booming is also talking his shit too on Twitter. He makes a sequel to the previous album he had, and where in this album he brought J. Cole to his side. Metro really the biggest villain of this beef. He brought every op Drake had and put him on an album. This showed that the industry already didn't fuck with Drake, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. All we have left is to wait for Drake's response. Later, K-Dot released another disc called 616 in LA. It didn't do much to push Kendrick above Drake, but it did warn Drake one more time to not get personal. And he even said that he had people in OVO work for him. Now Drake is in the background making his response, and he has a pretty good plan. He makes a really good diss track with the music video and waits for big streamers that he knows to go live. When Akademiks and Kaisenat are live, he tells them to wait on stream for his response. Both of them contributing tens of thousands of viewers to watch his diss track live. He later uploaded Family Matters.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth, and I'm about to put my dick in it right now. Then I put it in his ass. Now he running butt naked all over my house. I'm about to make him gay tonight. Back shot.
Like, seriously, this song is like really good.
I was about to say that's crazy.
This track,
What's
it takes
going
this to a
on?
whole new level. He accuses Kendrick of cheating and beating on his wife, and now one of his best friends, Dave Free, is the actual father of his son. Matter of fact, if Kendrick didn't do what he did and let this diss sit in the sun for a bit, the public would have chosen Drake's side for possibly the entire time. But Kendrick had a plan. Within 30 minutes of Family Matters dropping, Kendrick released Meet the Grams, and this decision was the sole turning point for Drake. Meet the Grams is possibly the most personal diss track of all time, going after Drake's entire family, character, addiction.
Meet the Grams is crazy.
Accuses him of hiding a daughter, and the worst part is accusing him of being a pedophile. You can see the reactions on people's faces and the reception people got. No one was expecting Kendrick to do this. In 30 minutes, the public went from hanging with Drake to hanging with Kendrick. The smartest thing about Meet the Grams is that it proves his warning about having people in OVO, because he had this pre-recorded to Family Matters and response on some points, and the fact that it was just so damn disrespectful. Look at the line said in this shit. Saying that his dad had some nerve-raising Drake and telling Adonis that he would be a mentor is some villain type shit. Personally, Drake should have ended Kendrick's life for saying that, but that's just me. But the biggest thing that Meet the Grams did is that it brought back the topic of Drake's history with minors. Even if you like Drake and you think he won, you can't deny the damning evidence involving Drake being weird to minors. The biggest evidence is Drake kissing a 17-year-old on stage. This is
Yeah, this video is damning.
And the fact that Kendrick made everyone stop and talk about Drake possibly being a creep is crazy. But Kendrick wasn't done. Seeing Euphoria and Meet the Grams, one of the biggest points is that Drake was trying too hard to act black and is a culture vulture. To prove this, Kendrick drops again with Not Like Us. In this, Kendrick nails down the narrative that Drake and OVO are pedophiles even harder, but he went for a different approach with it. He made the song into an absolute fucking banger.
Probably A minor.
Now, even though I like this song, it does have some corny lines in it.
Niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, over your foe. The other vaginal option.
Fuck no. But what the song did is made everyone believe in the narrative that Drake is a creep. The song did so well
He
that
being
videos
impartial.
everywhere, people in clubs dancing and screaming to the song that called Drake a pedophile. Kendrick made this song as a bypass to a common excuse for people saying that Drake's diss is better, by saying that Drake had the better song, so he beat him in a diss battle. So he one-upped them by making a song that everyone danced to. The song was so big that it has the most views out of all the disses. It went #1 on the Billboard Top 100 for 3 weeks. It broke the most streamed Spotify song in a day, dethroning Drake. It basically pushed Kendrick above Drake in the public's eye. And Drake didn't help that he only responded by denying the allegation of him hiding a child and not the pedophile accusation. But honestly, what do you do if you were Drake? All of this public outrage against you, big industry names are leaving your side. What would you do in response? Remember when I said about those Twitter names? Well, they were the forefront for defending Drake. Someone on Twitter made a website in which a girl claimed that Kendrick Lamar beat her.
A certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah.
There is no more police evidence supporting his claim, so take it with a grain of salt. Also, the brother of Kendrick's wife supported Kendrick. It'll be weird for someone to beat your sister and then say to the abuser, yeah, you did beat my sister. But fuck Drake. Twitter was trending with people bringing up Dave Free's comment on Instagram. Now, Drake could have possibly gave Kendrick free information about a fake daughter. None of this was confirmed until Drake put the final nails in his coffin. The Heart Part 6 fucking sucks. This was the last straw for anyone to give him a chance. His response to him being accused of being Diddy is that he's way too famous to be that.
Disgusting.
I would say the Heart Part 6 actually could have been a good blow if he would have stopped right after he was done his verse. He finished the verse with a good bar. It's just he started talking and I was like, yo, it sound like you like whimpering, like you cowering, like you crying over stuff, bro. The end of that, the end of the Heart Part 6 sound like he was in the middle of I Get Lonely. Yeah. He could have just ended with the bars, but he started like talking. It was just like, bro, shut up. You messing the song up. And that's when he actually lost the battle. He lost the battle, in my opinion, because the Heart Part 6 wasn't that bad. But he was already losing. But he definitely lost once he started talking. Once he started talking, I was like, bro, you sound like somebody who got punched in the face. And now you going back to your friends trying to say like, yeah, he ain't punched me that hard. Bro, get out. You got punched in the face.
I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested.
He then tries to push the narrative that the reason why Kendrick is going hard on the pedo stuff is because he got molested as a child. First of all, that is just the worst angle you could possibly take this at. And Kendrick didn't get molested, that was his mother. He then tries to bring back the, oh, I give you information topic, but when you look back at it, Drake definitely did not feed him info. If you fed your opponent about being a deadbeat father to another child, one, why would you do that? And two, why wouldn't you screenshot proof of this? If this was actually true, Drake wouldn't have been silent as long as he was if he actually planned this out. I re-listened to it just now just for the video, and this shit, it's still ass.
You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator.
Look, it's him talking. It was the talking part, bro.
Sucks. You can tell that this song was rushed. It might have been better if he took more time with this. With this response, most people were fully on Kendrick's side. But in this song, Drake waved the white flag and said that he was done with the beat. It was over. But was it actually over? Surprisingly, no.
He already lost, in my opinion, though.
Metro Boomin responds to Drake Shut Up and Miss Some Jumps line by making the first beat this. He put a $10,000 prize for the best verse, encouraging the public to diss Drake. Drake's house got shot at multiple times, and the fucking Riddler came out to expose Drake.
XO.
One of the proof that Dot had a mole in OVO is with the Meet the Grams album cover. It shows a bunch of random stuff that Drake owns, including.
They saying Elliot Wilson was the mole.
That this is all stolen, but like a random guy straight out of fucking.
All right, so let's talk about that. Who hit your crib up? It's a beef going on in Toronto between OVO and XO. You know, that's really why the beef I said the beef had to stop because we throwing shots. And you know, Canada all soft. They ain't even allowed to have guns. But there's a beef going on in Canada between OVO and XO. You get what I'm saying? And now shots are being thrown. You feel me? And the part where there's a mole in OVO, that's been exposed within the last few days that it was Elliot Wilson. Elliot Wilson was getting inside information and turning around and giving it to Kendrick. Elliot Wilson is connected to Jay-Z. Jay-Z has always been a fence switcher when it comes to Drake because Drake was always coming for the throne. And if you coming for the throne, well, who was just sitting on it? I wouldn't give Elliot Wilson any information. Why would you do that? That was a miscalculation.
Proves that it was all those things are real and that he didn't steal it. He then goes on academic stream and accuses Drake of abusing a dog. He then shows a video to act on stream. Now the video isn't shown, but the sounds in it are really messed up. Reminder that this is all accusations. I'll play a part of the clip, but I won't play the full version because I'm not going to want to download that on my PC. Just search it up if you want to hear the full thing, but it's really bad. The Twitter user has still been like, oh, I had the most insane evidence against Drake. But like, he's been dragging it out for weeks at this point, so I think he only had Drake shit and is wanting to drag it out for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, Kendrick won. If you go on any website, online poll, it would say that Kendrick won. His streamer switched sides, his colleagues switched sides, even Axe switched for a little bit. But I don't know if he's a credible person right now. But yeah, that's the reason why I think that Kendrick kind of outsmarted Drake in this. I had no outro planned for this video, so just subscribe and that's it. My work is done and I'll see you next month.
Yeah, with Kai Cenat and like akademiks kind of switching. Akademiks, I feel like is still on his team, but Kai Cenat, he kind of turned on Kai. But Kai got a little bit of a backbone. We seen that with Glorilla. When Glorilla was getting cute, she tried to spin back through the block on Kai, but Kai was like, "No, stay there. Yeah, I got more money than you anyways, Glorilla. I don't need you to spin the block." And he stood on business. I think he would do the same thing with Drake. We all love Drake, but I feel like if you get cute with me, you know, I'm cool. Cause Kai's the media. Akademiks is the media. They gotta remember that and remember their power within the game. These artists, they can drop once a month, once every other month. Y'all on the internet talking every day. Y'all don't have to acquiesce to these guys. And I actually respect Kai for that. He be standing on business sometimes. All right. So it's your boy, What's Up, G. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment. Where are we at with Drizzy? Y'all still listening to Drizzy? Who do y'all think won at this point? Was it a landslide? Some people still saying that Drake. I actually got on social media. I got on Instagram, and I seen somebody say I have the rare opinion that Drake won. Drop some comments. How many people actually think Drake won? I'm curious to see that. And you know, it's your boy, What's Up, G. And if anybody tell you they lay y'all today, lay y'all. I'm out.
I try